Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Zainab and I am from Department of PS Power Technology. Today my presentation topic is Xylazine. It is the second part of my presentation video. So let's start. Here is a picture shown in the slides effect of Xylazine on human brain. This picture shows that the Xylazine has great effect in human brain. Human brain is totally loses activity. In these pictures, the shows that male and females which are use overdose of xylazine become zombies. Zombies are the humans, but they are not control their activity because their brain is in the sleeping phase and not perform the function. Due to disturb in the function of brain, the body function also disturb and body is not performing the function. These humans act like animals and biting the normal human to become them and control that. These zombies are controlled due to the production of the large sound because they run towards the sound. So we control the zombies by producing loud sound and protect the normal human from these zombies which are used the overdose of xylazine of low quality. So the effect of xylazine on brain. In the temperature experiment, we found that the intravenous xylazine at low human relevant doses 0.33, 1.0, 3.0 and milligram kg dose dependently decreases locomotor activity and induce modest but prolonged brain and body hyperthermia. Next, electrochemical experiment. We found that the electrochemical experiment that the xylazine at the same dosage does dependently decreases the nuclear accumulation oxygen. It's mean that the use of xylazine disrupts the function of nuclear composition and oxygenation. It's mean the transfer and the supply of oxygen to nucleus is disrupted and nucleus is not performing its functions. Next is contrast to the relatively weak and prolonged decreases induced by the xylazine. Intravenous fentanyl 20 kg and heroin 16 kg induce strong bypassing brain oxygen responses. Due to overdose of xylazine, fentanyl and heroin, the passing of oxygen from the brain nerves and ventricles are so difficult and humans brain are totally lost. When the initial rapid and strong decreases resulting from respiratory depression causes due to disrupt in the function of the brain which caused by the overdose of xylazine, followed by a slower, more prolonged increasing reflecting a post-hypoxic compensatory phase with fentanyl action much quicker than the heroin. It's mean that the fentanyl xylazine is act more quickly than the heroin. It is used to specify a human to determine and relaxation from their burden of life. First of all, human relax yourself and herself or himself to burden of his life and its responsibility, but this habit is very injurious to health. This habit is not easily to avoid. The xylazine fentanyl mix eliminated the hyperoxic phase of oxygen responses and prolonged brain hypoxia. Brain hypoxia means no supply of oxygen to brain. So gastric xylazine induces attenuations of the brain compensatory mechanism to contract the brain hypoxia. The xylazine heroin mixture strongly potentiated the initial oxygen decreases and the partner lack the hypoxic portion of the bypassing oxygen responses. It means the passage of oxygen through the nerves or ventricles are disrupted and not blood is supplied to brain, resulting the pain in brain is realized. The first symptoms of use of dosage and become zombies are the feel pain in the brain, suggesting more robust and prolonged brain hypoxia. Brain hypoxia. The conclusion or the result of these dosage of xylazine, the findings suggesting the xylazine exacerbate the life-threatening effects of opioid proposing and worsened brain hypoxia, and the mechanism contributes to xylazine positive opioid overdose death. Overdose of death cause human overdose of xylazine cause human death. Effect of ketamine xylazine on blood flow. Ketamine xylazine is a type of xylazine which is not so pure or pure form. Ketamine xylazine is a commonly used anesthetic for laboratory rate. Previous results show that the rate anesthetized with ketamine xylazine can have a much lower cribble particular pressure of oxygen PTO2 compared to the unsynthesized and isoflurane anesthetized rate. Ketamine oxaline and ketamine xylazine is a commonly used anesthetic for laboratory rate. It's mean it used for laboratory. Previous results show that the rates anesthetized with ketamine xylazine can have a much lower cribble partial pressure of oxygen PTO2 compared to the unsynthesized and isoflurane. Underlying the mechanism for the P2O2 reduction need to allocate the rate. The underlying mechanism for the P2O2 reduction need to allocate. In the study we measure regional cribble blood flow using nuclear magnetic resonances, perfusion imaging and cortical using electron. Paramagnetic responses. Paramagnetic responses EPR oximetry in the forebrain of rat under isoflurane, ketamine xylazine and isoflurane xylazine. Ketamine xylazine and isoflurane xylazine are two types of xylazine. Are the xylazine which are not present in pure form, albeit or small amount of xylazine dose are involved in these medicines. These results show that in ventilated rates, ketamine at a dose of 50 mg kg does not include significant changes in CBR. In CBF, it compared to the isoflurane, ketamine xylazine is combination causes 25 to 65% reduction in the forebrain CBF in a region dependent manner. Forebrain is a part of the brain that control our manners or our activities which are essential for daily life. Due to xylazine, this part of the brain is disturbed and not performing its function. Adding xylazine to isoflurane anesthesia result in similar to regional reduction in CBF. CPR oximetry measurements show ketamine increasing cortical PTO2 while xylazine decreases cortical PTO2. Next and last topic is the zombies. What effects of xylazine on human brains? Zombies become formed. Zombies are the animals. Zombies are the animals are as well as human. Zombies are the humans and animal, but in animals are the bit affected by this and treat them. But the animals, as compared to animals, the humans become zombies are very difficult to treat because they are very dangerous. They are run to bite them. Zombies are those humans beings which are totally loose, are totally मतलब कि disrupt his function, brain functions. Its brain is totally damaged and they cannot control on yourselves. So overdose of xylazine in is injurious to human health and especially for human brain, because overdose of xylazine brain alpha adrenergic hormone. A hormone that is present in brain is alpha 2 adrenergic hormone, which are disrupt and which are responsible for our function in the brain, and brain is responsible for our function in body. It is disturbed due to overdose of xylazine. Xylazine is very simple but more effective, and xylazine as बहुत more effective medicine. There are bit use of xylazine in medicine because it is very difficult, and these medicine are not allowed to humans, but humans use these medicine for as a heroin, and are they are addict of this habit, and without this habit they cannot survive. Overdose become death or become zombies. Overdose of xylazine disturb the human, and human has no control on our emotions and its activity. They run to bite other normal human. They lost their control and walk like animals. Their brain are totally out of control, and they cannot be normal human because they are deeply used xylazine. They can survive without this habit. Xylazine affect the forebrain. Forebrain is responsible for our function, and hormones called alpha 2 adrenergic are disturbed, and this is called become a human zombies. Thank you so much.